So, what if I told you there's a mental blueprint, a kind of operating system for success that's been credited with creating more millionaires than pretty much anything else? Today, we're going to unpack the absolute core lessons from Napoleon Hill's classic, Think and Grow Rich. And you're about to see why it's so much more than just a book.
But first, let's get one thing straight right from the get-go. This isn't one of those get-rich-in-7 days schemes. This is for people who are genuinely ready to do the real work, the work of completely reprogramming the way their brain thinks about success and money.
And that makes total sense, right? Because that's where it all begins. Real lasting wealth isn't built in a bank account. It's built in your mind first. It all starts with a fundamental reboot of your thoughts.
And look, this isn't just some made-up, feel-good philosophy. Napoleon Hill didn't just invent these principles out of thin air. He discovered them. He spent 20 years of his life studying over 500 of the most successful people on the planet. We're talking Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, to decode their philosophy of wealth.
So right here, right now, you've got a choice to make. Are you here to just passively consume another piece of content, or are you actually ready to apply these ideas and genuinely upgrade your life? If you're ready for that upgrade, let's dive in.
Okay, so this whole philosophy, it really boils down to 3 core pillars. Think of these as the absolute non-negotiable foundations for building a true millionaire mindset.
The first pillar, and honestly, this is the big one, is what Hill calls a burning desire. And let me be clear, this is not a wish, it's not a hope. It's a deep, all-consuming, white-hot obsession with a very specific, clear goal. It's the thing that wakes you up in the morning and keeps you focused all day long.
You want a real-world example? Look no further than someone like Dhirubhai Ambani. He literally started his career working at a gas station. No fancy degrees, no family money. But what he did have was a crystal-clear, burning desire to build a global business empire right from India. That singular obsession was the fuel that turned his thought into a massive reality.
So how do you light that fire for yourself? Well, you have to get specific. A goal like, I want to be rich, is useless. It's too fuzzy. You need an exact amount of money, you need a hard deadline, and most importantly, you need a powerful, emotional why. Why do you want it? That why is the gasoline for your burning desire.
This leads us right into the second pillar, and it's captured in Hill's most famous quote. Now, it's really easy to hear that and think, yeah, just another positive thinking slogan. But it's not. It's actually a literal description of how your brain is wired to work.
You see, there's some cool science behind this. Your brain has this built-in filter called the reticular activating system, or RAS. The best way to think about it is like a security guard for your brain. It ignores millions of pieces of data every second, and it only lets in the stuff that you've told it is important.
I mean, think about it. Have you ever decided you wanted to buy a specific car, say a blue Tesla? And then, bam, all of a sudden you're seeing blue Teslas everywhere you go? Those cars were always there. The only thing that changed is that you gave your RAS a new target, and it started highlighting every single match for you.
One of the most famous stories of this in action has to be Jim Carrey. When he was broke, a struggling actor, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He dated it 5 years in the future, kept it in his wallet, and looked at it every single day. And, almost 5 years to the day, he signed his contract for Dumb and Dumber for, you guessed it, $10 million.
And that's the magic formula right there. Just having faith is a weak wish, and just repeating something without believing it is a total waste of time. But when you combine that unwavering faith with daily, focused repetition, you're not just hoping anymore. You are actively rewiring your brain and changing your reality from the inside out.
All right, pillar number 3. This one is all about the kind of knowledge you go after. And trust me, Hill makes a huge distinction here. There's general knowledge, the stuff you learn in school. It's wide, but it's not very deep. Then there's specialized knowledge. This is deep, practical knowledge that you apply to solve a very specific problem. General knowledge is nice to have. Specialized knowledge is the engine that creates wealth.
And if you think that's an old school idea, just look at Elon Musk. The guy does not have a PhD in rocket science. He got his specialized knowledge by literally reading textbooks and picking the brains of the smartest engineers he could find. He then applied that knowledge to build SpaceX, a company so good that it now launches rockets for NASA.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy down, right? Burning desire, faith through repetition, and specialized knowledge. That's great, but what do we do with it? How do we actually take these ideas off the page and put them into practice in the real world? How do we turn thought into reality?
The formula is actually super simple,
But simple definitely doesn't mean easy. Knowledge all by itself is just potential. It's basically useless until you combine it with action. That's the equation you have to remember. Knowledge plus consistent, focused action equals real power.
So it all comes down to this, doesn't it? How do you stop just learning and start doing? How do you take these powerful principles and apply them to your life, starting right now?
Okay, here it is, your call to action. Let's call it the 7-Day Millionaire Mindset Challenge. No excuses, just a simple plan. Number 1, write down a crystal clear financial goal. I mean, the exact dollar amount and a hard deadline. 2, every single morning, read that goal out loud 5 times with passion. 3, pick one high-income skill you want to develop and dedicate at least an hour a day to studying it. And 4, the most important, take one small action every single day that pushes you just a little bit out of your comfort zone.
And as you jump into this, I want you to burn this quote from Napoleon Hill into your mind. When a burning desire is backed by unwavering faith, the very word impossible just disappears.
So I'll leave you with this. The blueprint is now in your hands. You get the philosophy that has literally built fortunes. The only question left, and you're the only one who can answer it, is when will you finally decide to make your thinking your reality?